Ever wondered what it takes to be considered upper class in today's economy? Is it a six-figure salary, a big house, a luxury car, or is it more than that? Let's break it down. In this video, we're diving deep into the numbers to reveal what it really takes to be considered upper class in the United States in 2025. We'll be looking at income levels, geographic variations, and the lifestyle implications of these figures. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video, where I'll share some tips on how you can set yourself up for success. Before we throw around numbers, it's important to understand that being upper class isn't just about how much money you make. It's a combination of factors, including your net worth, your lifestyle, and even your social circles. Someone earning a high salary but drowning in debt might not be considered upper class, while someone with a lower income but significant assets and a comfortable lifestyle might be. It's about the bigger picture, and that's what we're going to explore. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Income. While not the only factor, it's a significant one. To be considered upper class in the US, you're generally looking at a household income that places you in the top 5% of earners. But hold on, it's not as simple as picking a single number. The cost of living varies drastically across the country, so what might be considered upper class in one area could be just average in another. We'll get into those regional differences in a bit. So let's talk numbers. To be considered upper class in the US in 2025, you're likely looking at a minimum household income of around $250,000. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's $250,000. And you're right, it's a significant amount of money. This figure isn't just a random number I pulled out of thin air. It's based on data from sources like the US Census Bureau and Pew Research Center, which track income distribution and social class markers. Remember, this number represents the top 5% of earners in the country, putting you in a very exclusive group. But hold your horses before you start panicking about needing to make $250,000 to live comfortably. Remember, this is the national average, and we haven't even factored in those regional differences yet. Chapter 3. Here's where the things get interesting. Remember how I said the cost of living varies across the country? Well, that's a huge factor when determining what's considered upper class in different regions. Let's take a look at some examples. In expensive coastal cities like San Francisco, New York, and Los Angeles, you are looking at a much higher threshold to be considered upper class. Think closer to $400,000 or even $500,000 per year. Why? Because the cost of housing, groceries, transportation, and just about everything else is significantly higher in these areas. On the other hand, you have cities in the Midwest or the South where the cost of living is significantly lower. In places like St. Louis, Kansas City, or Birmingham, you might be considered upper class with a household income of $150,000 or $200,000. That's a huge difference. Chapter 4. Now, I want to take you back in time for a moment. Believe it or not, $250,000 in today's dollars doesn't carry the same weight it did a few decades ago. Inflation, my friends, is a powerful force. Back in the 1980s, for example, you could buy a nice house, own a couple of cars, and live a pretty comfortable life on a fraction of what you need today. The upper-class income threshold was also much lower, hovering around $80,000 to $100,000 in today's dollars. What does this tell us? Well, for one, it shows that the cost of living has increased significantly over time and wages haven't always kept pace. It also highlights the importance of investing your money to stay ahead of inflation. Chapter 5. Now, let's talk about what this all means for your lifestyle and financial planning. If you're aiming to reach upper-class status, it's not just about earning a high income. It's about managing your money effectively and making smart financial decisions. This means budgeting, saving, investing, and planning for the future. It might also mean making some lifestyle choices, like living below your means, even if you can afford more. Remember, financial security and peace of mind are key components of a truly wealthy life. And let's not forget about giving back. True wealth is about more than just accumulating money. It's about using your resources to make a positive impact on the world around you. So, do you think you have what it takes to be considered upper class? Let us know in the comments below. Remember, it's not just about the money, it's about financial responsibility, smart decision-making, and living a life of purpose. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more financial insights. And as always, thanks for watching.